Set up the feed so that the folded box is centered in the machine, and set the feed gauges to the thickness of one cardboard blank. Drive a box into the lateral alignment section, leaving a 5 mm space between the edges of the blank and the sides of the rails. Choose a side to pull to, and flip down the carrier rollers on one side, and flip them up on the other. The side with the rollers down will be the side that the rest of the machine is aligned to. Make sure the blank is straight with the carrier by looking at or feeling the edge. Move the carrier belts in Combi 1 to grab the box while leaving room enough between the carriages and the composite flaps so that they can operate unobstructed. Make sure there is a lower support beneath each complex fold. In achieving a smooth and consistent run, it is important to try for mechanically symmetrical and rigid setup. Install cable guides so that they can be adjusted to fit the box. There should be a lower support under each guide. The combi hooks should be set to the inside of the composite folds and should not be able to contact the lower supports. Next, put in helical guides and set the height to accommodate the correct board thickness. Place the helical guides so there is a smooth transition from helical guides to cable guides. Set up spring-loaded hooks, or fingers, as close as possible to the composite flaps. In this case, we used a finger on each side for optimal folding results. Jog the box up to the folding hooks slowly and stand the front flap up 90 degrees. With the flap held in place, adjust the helical guides. The composite flap should be held from folding back, and there should be room for the box to move freely under the guides. Drive the box to the end of the helical guides and position the cables over the middle of the composite flaps. Continue to jog until the rear score is over the combi hook shaft. So that the back score is over the bar. Use your hand to rotate the hooks and stand the back flap up 90 degrees. Taper the cables toward their respective carriages so that the back and composite flaps are held down. Jog the box a little further until the combi hooks are at the end of their cycle and the back flap is held completely flat. Extend the guides so that they hold down the rear composite flaps with just a little room for a smooth catch. Drive the box to the end of Combi 1. Before positioning the carrier belts in Combi 2, it is important to consider the size of the composite flaps. Smaller flaps will need to be captured by the built-in guides at the exit point of Combi 2. The built-in guides will help keep the smaller flaps folded while transferring to the gluing and folding rails. The carrier belts in Combi 2 should be placed so that they retain the folds made in Combi 1 and allow the outer flaps to be folded. The lower support should be placed on the outside edge. Adjustable guides should be fitted just out of reach of the combi hooks. The hooks are secured between the lower supports and the belt carriages. Brushes are attached over the combi hooks and adjustable guides. Fingers are set up just out of reach of the brushes. Make sure the finger does not contact the brush when extended. Install a ski-shaped guide to prevent the box from lifting when the finger is folding the flap. Determine the length of the flap. Set the ski so there is one flap length between the end of the guide and the finger. Jog the box through the finger and make sure the brush catches the flap. The brush should be set to contact 5 to 10 millimeters of the standing flap. Drive the box until the back score is over the combi hook axle. Twist the axle by hand and make sure the flap can fold through the brush easily. Jog the box ahead until you can hold the flap down flat with the combi hook. Set the adjustable guide over the flap so that when it folds, there is only 3 to 5 millimeters of clearance in the sweep. When jogged from this position, the flap should be caught by the adjustable guide. Jog the box to the end of Combi 2 and make sure the built-in guides are over the composite flaps. Position the folding rails so the folding scores line up with the outside edge of the lower folding belts. Install wire guides to retain the folds made in Combi 2 throughout the folding process. Make sure there is a smooth transition from guide to guide and line up the glue head with the outside edge of the simple flaps. Use all of the rollers to shape the belts so that they fold the box as soon as possible. Watch out for glue wiping off the box. Line up the delivery belts to keep the box folded and put pressure on the glue lines. Set up for understacking.